In this video, we're talking about the top 10 ancient animals that have become extinct. Before starting, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel for future updates. Over the last 10 years, humanity's impact on the environment has resulted in the extinction of many beautiful species. This video contains images and information about 10 extinct species likely to pique your interest. There have been two significant eras of man-made extinction in modern history. Many extinctions occurred around 10,000 years ago due to retreating ice following the end of the last glacial period, early Holocene epoch, which harmed various species' habitats. On the other hand, humans helped by hunting some larger animals. The second phase began approximately 500 years ago and corresponds to the era of human exploration, colonialism, and industrialization. Many species were unprepared for introducing humans and farm animals into their habitats, and as a result, they were hunted or their habitats were destroyed, resulting in extinction. The industrialization of human society has resulted in increased habitat loss, both directly through hazardous waste and indirectly by pollution. Number 10. Tasmanian tiger, 1936. The Tasmanian tiger, thylacine, was the largest carnivorous animal of the present period when it originated about 4 million years ago. Overhunting by farmers who blamed it for their sheep and poultry deaths drove it extinct in the 1930s. Other factors were a lack of habitat due to cultivation, illness, and the introduction of dogs. This extraordinary creature lived from head to tail in Tasmania, Australia, and New Guinea and could reach a length of 2 meters. At the top of the food chain, the Tasmanian tiger, apex predator, ambushed kangaroos, wallabies, possums, birds, and small animals at night. Its jaws could open 120 degrees, and its stomach could distend to ingest large amounts of food, allowing it to thrive in sparsely populated areas. It was a unique marsupial in that both sexes possessed a pouch, which the male utilized to cover his genitals while squirting through the undergrowth. Number 9. Japanese Honshu wolf, 1905. The Honshu wolf, Canis lupus hodophylax, resided on the Japanese islands of Shikoku, Kyushu, and Honshu. With a body length of roughly 3 feet and a shoulder height of 12 inches, it was the smallest wolf species in the Canis lupus family. In Shinto belief, Japan's traditional religion, the kami wolf is seen as a messenger of the kami spirits and also protects crop raiders such as wild boar and deer. There are an estimated 20 Shinto wolf shrines on the island of Honshu alone. In 1732, rabies was accidentally introduced to the Honshu wolf population either purposefully or through domesticated dogs, killing many animals and making them more aggressive towards humans. They were heavily hunted until 1905 due to more significant contact with humans due to their destruction of their original habitat. Number 8. Quagga, 1883. The quagga, Equus quagga, a beautiful half-zebra, half-horse creature, is a zebra subspecies split 200,000 years ago and became extinct in the 19th century. To conserve the area for agricultural animals and the use of their meats and hides, the quagga was hunted to extinction in 1883. The settlers viewed the quagga as a menace to their sheep, goats, and other livestock. Furthermore, because many people called zebras quaggas, in general, their demise went unnoticed until it was too late. Number 7. Atlas bear, 1870. The Atlas bear is an extinct bear subspecies from North Africa. Zoologists recognized it as a distinct species after an English serviceman called Crowther brought it to the public's attention in 1840. This bear was much ampler and more robust than the American black bear. Africa's only native bear has survived to the present day. The Atlas bear became extinct in the late 20th century, like they have for many other species on the list. Environmental changes and habitat loss are likely to have decreased numbers for this species. Overhunting by local tribes and the introduction of modern guns made it easier to kill bears. Both had essential roles. Number 6. Great auk, 1852. The great auk was a flightless bird with a penguin-like appearance. Like the penguin, it was a strong swimmer who stored fat for warmth, nestled in dense colonies, and mated for life. Nevertheless, it had a heavy-hooked beak. It lived in the North Atlantic Ocean and could reach 3 feet in height. Europeans first hunted the great auk in the 16th century for its coveted down feathers used to make pillows. Later in North America, the bird was hunted for fishing bait, and it was frequently subjected to horrors such as skinning and burning alive for feathers and sustenance. Great auks are easy to catch because they don't fly. As the species became scarce, museums and collectors demanded their own dead specimens, eventually pushing the bird to extinction in 1852. Number 5. Steller sea crow, 1768. The Steller sea crow was a manatee-like massive planting-eat sea animal. It could grow to be 9 meters long, 30 feet. George Wilhelm Steller found it. The Europeans who followed in his footsteps wiped it out within 3 decades. This docile species was easy to hunt due to its occurrence in shallow waters where it ate reeds. It was hunted for its food, fat for oil lamps, and skin for boat liners before becoming extinct in 1768. Number 4. Moa, 1400. The moa was a giant flightless bird species native to New Zealand. They could grow to be 4 meters, 12 feet tall, and weighed up to 230 kilos. The vertebrae of the bird show that they spent a lot of time with their necks pointing forward despite their great size. Their lengthy necks most likely created low-pitched resonant calling noises. According to DNA testing completed in 2014, humans were the primary cause of the moa's extinction. According to archaeological data, people ate these birds before and after they reached sexual maturity, making reproduction extremely difficult for them. Number 3. Woolly mammoth, 2000 BC. The woolly mammoth colonized much of the northern hemisphere's Arctic tundra during the early Holocene, just after the last glacial period 11,700 years ago. These massive animals can grow 11 feet tall and weigh 6 tons, making them about the same size as African elephants. Yet their nearest relative is the Asian elephant. Unlike the elephant, it was coated in brown, black, and ginger fur and had a shortened tail to avoid frostbite. The long tusks of the woolly mammoth, which were utilized for both fighting and foraging, were prized by humans. Although climate change likely hastened their extinction at the end of the last glacial period, they were also killed for food. The retreating ice destroyed most of their habitat, reducing their population to the point where humans could hunt them down. Number 2. Irish elk, 5200 BC. During the last glacial epoch, the Irish elk inhabited much of northern Europe from Ireland to Siberia because they had little in common with extant elk species. They were more accurately referred to as big deer. They could grow to be 7 feet tall with a weight of 700 kilos. Their antlers were the largest of any deer species, spanning up to 12 feet in width. Males used their enormous antlers to intimidate rivals and impress females. Therefore, they must likely have evolved through sexual selection. Irish elk initially existed around 400,000 years ago and went extinct around 5,000 years ago. Their disappearance was most likely caused by hunting. However, as the ice receded, new plants sprang, potentially resulting in a nutritional micronutrient shortage. The animal's massive antlers required a lot of calcium to grow. Number 1. Smilodon, saber-toothed tiger, 10,000 BC. The Smilodon lived in North and South America around the end of the last glacial epoch 115,000 to 11,700 years ago, despite having existed as a separate species for roughly 2.5 million years. The largest subspecies, Smilodon populator, could weigh 400 kilograms, be 3 meters long, and stand 1.4 meters tall at the shoulder. Smilodons were built more like bears than tigers, with short, powerful limbs not designed for speed. Its famed canines, which could grow up to 30 centimeters, 1 foot in length, were weak and were primarily used to bite into sensitive neck tissue once its prey had been subdued. Its jaws opened to a 120-degree angle, yet it possessed a weak bite. Smilodon hunted megafauna, bison, deer, and small mammoths, and scavenged, indicating that it was a social creature. Smilodon died out around the same time humans arrived, and humans were known to have hunted many local species. Smilodon may or may not have been included, but its megafauna prey almost surely was, perhaps resulting in a food crisis. Due to its stocky proportions, Smilodon would have had a tougher difficulty hunting smaller, nimbler prey, which may have contributed to its extinction. Climate change, receding ice also played a role in affecting both its and prey's habitats. So what'd you think about our video? Let us know in the comment box below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for future updates.